interesting matchup. We see Pokepen with the Wolf and Mika right now rocking the Villager and Ridley. So I believe Mika's told me a lot that he's definitely preferring his Villager over his Ridley against these types of matchups. And wow, Pokepen isn't going Wolf. That's
the bait.
That's the big bait over here. But honestly, I am of the opinion that Megaman wins. Villager wins this matchup over Megaman. So it's pretty interesting to see that Pokepen's playing a matchup that's typically not favored towards him. But nonetheless, Pokepen is playing pretty aggressively over here against the Villager. But Mika responds pretty much dominating the early side of the game right now.
Have you ever seen Pokepen's Megaman before?
No, I believe this is new.
It's new. It's probably just a tryout bracket.
I mean, he pulled out the Megaman in me in our like 1st to 10 random match,
but
I haven't seen him actually play Villager in a serious. I haven't seen him play Megaman in a serious context until now. But looks like it's working out right now with him like going off stage against Villager.
Definitely, because Mika's been a Villager main tried and true since like the beginning. Since the beginning of Smash 4. So.
Yeah, Mika's always been a Villager specialist. Even though he personally thinks that Villager is worse in this game, he is sticking to Villager, sticking to his guns, knowing that he can take this character pretty far. And I think he can.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think has he tried Isabelle before, or is there no?
He isn't a big fan of Isabelle because Isabelle is basically Villager, but without the horizontal rocket, which means he doesn't have that much horizontal stage control. And over here we see Pokepen with that snipe, causing the stage spike and the first stock going over to him. So Mika now has to make sure to minimize the damage here, or else Pokepen gets all that extra credit.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, even though Mika was winning in the beginning, Pokepen was just able to hold out long enough and just do that critical play, and that resulted in the stock being taken.
Yeah, and right now...
right off the top.
Yeah,
I feel like that was a little bit of a DI mess up.
Yeah, that didn't have the red sparks. So if it doesn't have the red sparks, it actually means that it could have been DI'd in some way, more or less. But going back to Villager, so Villager going over from Ultimate to from Smash 4 to Ultimate, he kind of lost a lot of stuff. He lost the jab into fair. He lost a lot of his true follow-ups, forcing Mika to be more reliant on his other options, which are still good, but not as good as before.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good in this game to get rid of some of the gimmicks and actually just focus really hard on more fundamentals. Because I know Megaman also lost some things in patch 2.0.
Yeah, he lost the pellet cancel, which means he can't do his macro leaf shield anymore, and that was a really good option. I know some Mega Man mains have been saying that Mega Man's still good. I mean, he's still definitely a high-tier character, but losing the pellet cancel kind of like lessens his options in the long run. So they have to adapt to it. But Pokepen, on the other hand, isn't a Mega Man main anyway. So
he doesn't really need those.
He doesn't really lose anything because he's pretty new to this character, and he is rocking that character with style. Mika already at his last stock in this match.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I guess somehow took that stock.
So this is a best of 3, right?
Yeah, I think it still looks like winner's round 4 according to the bracket.
Yeah, let's check out this bracket right now. So we are in winner semis or winner's quarters.
This is going to be quarters. Then,
yeah, winner's quarters. So the winner of this makes it to top 8.
Yeah, definitely. And so whoever wins this is going to be fighting Dwayne, which we just saw in the match. Let's see on the other side. And Stickeldorf is waiting in winner semis on the other end.
So definitely a run. Most of this are a run back of Orbitar matchups. But this is actually one of the farthest Mika has gone in the tournament by far.
Did you see what happened right there?
Yeah, that was a good interaction.
He lost his balloons, but then he rode up Brush. Down at the bottom there.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I don't know if he meant to do it, but it was just so circumstantial that it worked out. And those are some really good parries. Those look really cool.
Yeah, and especially since Metal Blade is a multi-hit move, so he has to parry twice. Wait, I haven't actually seen Mika use Pocket a lot in this game.
Using Rush is so cool. You can just recover so easily.
And man, Villager is so wholesome. Not gonna lie, like take a look at even though he's losing, he's smiling so much. Yeah, we all got to be that wholesome right now. As Mega Man's trying to go for that snipe, and yes, he does. Pokepen takes game 1 over Mika. So Mika is currently 1 game away from being sent to the losers bracket, but so far
it has been players very up close. But
how many players do we have today?
Let me check the total. Then is it 51. It looks
that's a really good turnout.
Yeah, that's pretty solid for just a
local.
Local.
Yeah, so we see Mika and Pokepen over here.
Alright, I guess they're going right back into it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they're doing the run back, but with Villager or Megaman using a different color now. I wonder how Pokepen's playstyle will change. Probably not. But Pokepen looks like he's having a lot of fun. Definitely different from the way he plays Wolf, whereas his Wolf's a little bit of a more punish-focused Wolf. His Megaman is just going in.
What do you think about this stage pick?
I think this is a pretty good stage for Villager compared to Mega Man. This gives Villager, especially with the platforms going all to the side, that gives Villager a lot more options in covering Mega Man's recovery. But right now, it seems like Pokepen is going off to a great start here in Kalos Pokemon League, as Mika is already at 89%, tacking on much more damage than he would normally be comfortable at. When Mega Man gets that back air and makes...
He's been fiending for that, and it finally worked out. Mega Man is very, very able to get out there and put those back airs out, and if he misses one, he can just go for another and try again. I mean, it's not super...
The back air wall's pretty strong against Villager, especially since Villager's recoveries...
He's knocking his head against the stage.
Villager's recoveries are actually one of the few recoveries in the game that don't have a hitbox, which means they're essentially vulnerable throughout the entire recovery, allowing Mega Man to easily edgeguard Villager, especially with that strong back air. And Mika already at 92% with Pokepen at 12. This is definitely going to be a hard comeback if Mika wants to stay in this game, and Pokepen isn't letting him come back so easily, as Pokepen right now is just at 19%, making sure that Mika doesn't have a lot of fun, and another back air hits Mika. Wow, Mika's already at 16%. Essentially, any of Mega Man's moves will kill at this point.
I really want to see a parry into up tilt, but who knows if that's going to happen.
Who knows? It's not exactly Pokemon's style, as he's just content going for whatever is safe to punish whatever Mika is doing. And will that up air kill? No, it does not. That up air is actually one of the more janky moves in this game.
It's very deceiving sometimes. You just fly out sometimes. It's very confusing.
And another back air takes Mika out.
I don't know why he decided to do the bowling ball there, since it probably wouldn't have killed. Maybe with a little bit charge it might have, but at that percent, I don't know if it was worth.
And the bowling ball is never safe.
Yeah.
So we see right now that Mika is trying to get back into the game, but it's going to be hard with Mega Man at 56%. Pokepen's just going to try and rack up as much extra credits possible that Mika gets that point blank bowling ball, but I don't think it kills at that percent. Maybe if he was like 10%, 20% more, that would have worked. But Mika with the bowling ball charge, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, definitely. It also really benefits Mega Man with that jump after the up B too. He can be very sneaky with his up B, and then he can also directional air dodge as well. So he has a very good opportunity to just.
If Mika wants to stay in the set, he has to not take any more percent at this point, because Pokepen can go for the risky options. He still has another stock to work with. Okay, and he does get the kill over there with Mika at 47% right now, and Pokepen at 0. This is not an impossible comeback.
No,
it's quite possible.
As long as he can get back to the stage and not be held
on. Not get back air.
Yeah, because back air is probably the only thing right now that will kill, at least near the edge. So we just need to make sure that he mixes up recovery enough and isn't predictable.
Yeah, Pokepen fishing up for that down air. Down air, one of Mega Man's best moves, at least in the air, to cover options. It's one of the longest spikes in the game.
Oh, really? Yeah. Does it have a lasting hitbox on the way down?
Yeah, it's essentially a projectile going down. So that's actually pretty strong, especially in this game.
Yeah.
And Mika right now at 125, still holding on, has a pocketed projectile right now, throws it away in order to try edge guarding Mega Man.
I think at this point a bowling ball will definitely kill.
Yeah, actually any of the characters any of the character smashes will kill each other right now, and that back air catches Mika out. But Mika is still alive for some reason. Mika using that villager hidden villager powers, trying to survive this game, and he is still in this. Actually, both of them are at kill percent. Obviously, Mika on the higher side of the percentage definitely will kill after a single hit here from Mega Man, and Pokepen can fish for that aerial out, and Pokepen tries to fish that back air out, like trying to get that stage effect, but Mika plays it safe right now, trying to survive as much as possible, knowing that he can probably just hit Mega Man with any of his tilts, any of his smashes, and he can take this game for himself. But wow, this is actually pretty close.
Yeah, I don't know how he was able to bring it back, but he stayed in this, and he's been really patient.
Ooh, and that back air. If he was actually any farther in that stage, he would have died.
Definitely. Yeah, it went very far, very close to the blast zone, but...
Oh, he pockets the up air.
With that.
It would have been so clutch killing him right now, and we see some freezes over here, but hopefully the stream doesn't see the freezes. And wow, it's actually we're actually in mom spaghetti mode right now.
Yeah.
Both of them are trying to play as safe as possible, trying not to flub anything. But that back air hits Mika.
He read the run up.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was an exciting match, pretty exhilarating.
Yeah, so Mika is sent into loser's bracket now with Pokepen moving 2-0, but don't let the scoreline deceive you. Mika